Alright, so today what I'm going to do is I'm going to make crème brûlée. Why? Because a couple Christmases ago I got this fun little tool and I've never used it. So I'm going to attempt to use it to make crème brûlée. So turn the flame off. I'm already flaming enough. Okay, so I have a couple different recipes that I've got here. One of them is actually from the Williams-Sonoma, well, the box that it came in with the torch. And then I have the one from one of my handy-dandy cookbooks, The Joy of Cooking. So one says, the Joy of Cooking says to cook it at 250, the Williams-Sonoma says to cook it at 300, so I'm doing in typical Corey fashion, somewhere in the middle. 8 large egg yolks, 4 large egg yolks, 2 cups of cream, 2 cups of cream, so what I am going to attempt to do is go half. I'm going to go 1 cup of cream, there's my eggs, and then 1/4 cup of sugar. I'll probably add just slightly more, so probably be more like about 1/3 of a cup of sugar. And I am going to use, instead of the vanilla bean, or just the regular vanilla, about a 1/2 teaspoon of this, which is a vanilla bean extract crush, which is basically vanilla extract with crushed vanilla beans still inside. And while the one from Joy Cooking says no salt, the one from Williams-Sonoma says salt, so I am going to use salt, because salt and chocolate, well, we're not doing chocolate, so I guess that was kind of stupid to say. Salt and sugar go together really well, especially caramelized sugar. So I've got 3 different salts here. I've got my basic kosher salt, the one in the container marked popcorn salt is actually pickling salt, which is basically kosher salt that has been ground a little finer and not blessed by a rabbi, and sea salt. And personally, I think sea salt would go better with this particular recipe. So, here we go. Alright, pour a cup of cream. Isn't that thick and delicious? Yum. Heat that up. Alright, take my eggs. You know what? I'm gonna say whites. You can always use those for cake or, well, all sorts of different things. Why be wasteful? Don't worry if you get a little bit of whites in there, it's not going to hurt anything. Hopefully. Now, turn that down to medium, don't want to burn it. For the sugar. About 1/3 of a cup. And mix this together. And now we wait for the cream to heat up. Okay, so cream's almost to where I want it to be. Go ahead and turn that off. I'm gonna add the salt. Just a pinch. That's about a pinch. that might be too much. Alright, now add our vanilla. I think I'm going to go with about a half a teaspoon. Get that nice and stirred in, and go ahead and slowly pour in the cream. Let's see if I can. I think I'm going to temper this part first, just to make sure that we don't get any lumpies, because one thing I really hate doing is pouring through a fine sieve mesh, because I hate cleaning those things. Smells like vanilla. Like, almost like an ice cream batter right now. Alright, I'm going to use that cup that I got the sugar out of to actually put these in the ramekins. Kind of see there's a little bit of vanilla bean in there if you look really close. Evenly distribute as good as possible. Alright, yeah, a little more there, a little bit there. Alright, now for the water bath, it says to boil water. I'm lazy. I'm just going to use really hot water from the tap. It says you want to fill it about halfway up the ramekins, so that looks about right. If it's not, I can always add more. And then let's place it in here. Try to space them out a little bit. Perfect. Go ahead and put these in the oven. Like my nasty oven. And say we'll set it for about 45 minutes because that's halfway between the two, and since I'm going in combination, that should work. See you in 45. Alright, so my timer is going off. Time to check on the creme brulee itself. See, it looks a little jiggly, so I'm going to set it for a few more minutes. Whew, foggy. Probably go for another 10. Alright, it's been 7 minutes. I think I'm going to see if they're ready yet. Perfect. Alright. Okay, so I'm going to set them on cooling iron. I only have 8 of them, so it's fun to try to get them out of here. Alright. I wouldn't recommend doing this barehanded, but I hardly anything with my fingers right now. little hot. And the last one. Alright, let those come up to room temperature. And we'll be back. I meant cooled down to room temperature. Alright, so looks like they have cooled down to room temperature. So what I need to do now is cover them with some plastic wrap and put them in the fridge for a few hours. We have waited the appropriate 6 hours. It's anywhere between 4, 8 hours, or up to 3 days. And I am now going to wipe off any condensation that may have formed. These actually don't look too terribly wet. Before I sprinkle sugar on it. And I'm going to use a granulated brown sugar rather than a white sugar, just because I think it has a little more flavor in it. You just kind of want to top it. It looks about like that. About a teaspoon and a half. And kind of get it all over. Use your fingers if you have to. And then flame on! Okay. Just work your way around. Try not to stay in one place for too long. Don't worry about trying to get it even. It won't happen. Some parts are going to be a little more burnt than others. That's the beauty of it. Just check it out. Make sure there's no crisp on there. Alright. Give it a few seconds to harden up. Okay. Let's see if this is nice. Might take a little longer. Okay, so time for that crackling test. Oh, nice. And taste test. Pretty amazing. I'm going to enjoy the rest of this, and I highly encourage you to make your own. Oh damn, that's good. You need to eat some. Yeah.